What were you? Fuck. Okay, sit my ass back down, I guess. Well, thanks for coming to the 7th episode of the Hollow Knight Let's Play.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for having me. Bye.
You just hear the Discord. You just hear the Discord noise as you just like never come back.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. All right.
I'm Moxness, and I'll see you next time.
Oh, was that? Did Mox leave?
I think it was Moxness.
You motherfucker.
I think it was for you.
I didn't even do that on purpose. I didn't even do that.
I was gonna say it was for you.
I was going to.
Reasons.
I was going to do it on purpose, and then it just like
and
left.
then it just happened.
Discord was like, "You're gone now."
Discord didn't let you be a pussy. Like it read your mind and is like, nope, nope. I'm just gonna do it. Fuck you.
We are following through with this.
I just tried to heal and at full health.
Not.
Asshole. Yeah, what were you talking about that email that you sent the guy while we were in New York? It's like, hey, I just couldn't help but notice. It's like, he sent out this like long, trying to be professional email. It's like, hey, I just noticed there's a typo in this video. It would be very great if you like did something to fix this. It was something like long and winded, and you just respond with, "That's not a typo."
Actually, I don't think it was that crazy. I think it was literally just like.
It was longer than what you sent.
There's this typo. It's like this name is spelled wrong.
No,
and
it
I
isn't.
just responded with, "No, it's not."
It's like, that's not a typo, and he responded back with,
"Yeah, that's what it was. That's
the best type of answer."
He's just like, "Ah."
He just responded back with, "Ah."
The thing is, this guy, like, I know the way he is, and he'll like look at something very quick, give you a response very quick. So I knew that like I could just give him a response back. That was like, sure.
Also, are you okay with this being? Are you okay with this being uploaded because he might see it?
I'm not gonna mention him by name.
Oh, okay.
So,
Sure.
So, yeah.
Oh shit! Everything's fucked.
And speaking of mentioning people by name, did you guys heard from Robert?
Yes.
Okay, I don't know if I trust Robert anymore because there were like 5 people that called themselves Robert in our last video, and none of them was our Robert.
Oh my god.
You motherfuckers. Trying to pull a fast one on me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
There was a Robert. It's an inside joke.
Who doesn't know?
Oh Jesus fuck! You're supposed to get staggered when I hit you.
The thing is, in one of the last episodes we recorded, we were talking about people who watch the video, whatever, and somehow Gil called a person by its name, saying it was a guy named Robert, the only viewer from this channel. I was like, okay. I'm asking you.
I don't even remember how it got started. Just like we just started saying the name Robert and never stopped.
Yep.
Because I know he's watching. That's how I started.
Robert.
Dear old.
What a good man. It's like
Always
all around.
watching.
I heard he got invited to a wedding, and he like. Jesus fuck! I forgot that those guys run at you.
Oh yeah.
I was trying to make a joke somewhere. I don't know where it went, but it got fucked by that kamikaze. That guy.
Was it on the latest video? Let me see if I see Robert here.
It was on the latest one, yeah. Get up there.
So I'm gonna make a shout out here to Anna Thuman.
No, that's not our Robert. I told you.
No, but it is she or he is saying.
Her name is Robert. Yeah, okay.
Robert Downey Jr. is spinning in the swivel chair and going, "I got a shout out, guys."
All right, lightning round. How many Roberts can you name? Famous Roberts. Go.
Robert Downey Jr.
That's it.
Number 1.
Robert Mapplethorpe.
Robert Pattinson?
Robert.
Okay.
Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro. That's a good one.
Wow, very good. I'm really bad at lightning round, so just.
It's too much pressure.
I am too, especially like I'm the one playing the game.
But Bob from Overwatch, does it count?
Fuck. Bob from
I'm gonna
Overwatch.
say no.
Bob Barker from The Price is Right.
Oh, I missed all that geo because I went through the door. God damn it. What? There was something I brought up, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna talk about it, and then I forgot what it was. What was it?
YouTube tips? Was that
Was it
it?
YouTube tip?
Oh yeah, it was kind of like, it's not really tips. It's more like just shit that we wish we had figured out earlier. Like, cause I don't know how long you guys have been like, cause I've been working for TGN for like 5 years, ballpark, like 4.5. But I've been doing YouTube since 2012, and a lot of shit about the scene has just changed
Oh yeah.
in such a fundamental way that it's like more than a couple times I've had to like completely reinvent my strategy because of like a thing that YouTube did or whatever. And it's just
I'm
like
gonna say
I've been I think we've all been around the block a couple times. And
I'm gonna say that
it'd just be fun to
something that
share
I
our
wish-
knowledge.
Something that I wish that I knew before starting my own channel, it would be nothing because I don't have a channel.
Well, before you started like editing videos
Thanks
like
for
professionally.
That was great, Pedro.
I don't start a channel because I know everything about YouTube and I know I will thrive and I don't want to take PewDiePie from the spot.
I don't want to be too good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
give people a chance. Come on.
Just
Who are you?
I know. I
What's the fun in that?
I would break the internet and then win you.
Yeah, like I want to give people a chance. I don't want to be that guy.
Can you imagine someone getting all the revenue from YouTube?
For all the revenue.
All the revenue in the world?
Just all the revenue, period. Well, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that channel already exists. It's called YouTube.
If Pedro can start a channel and get better than PewDiePie, more subs than PewDiePie, I will eat my entire apartment. That's what I
don't
will
want
do.
to-
Both of those
Okay,
things
wait a minute.
Both
Wait
of
a
those
minute.
things are logistically impossible. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, like really, there's like no stakes, right? So it's-
No,
Can you
because
imagine-
because it's walls. Walls are made of concrete.
Can you imagine going to the toilet after eating your own apartment? Oh, that'd be
You
like...
would just shit out an apartment-sized shit.
You won't go to your toilet because you ate your apartment. There's no
Well, you can
toilet.
have multiple
That'd be
toilets.
dead. That's what it'd be.
Have you guys been okay with
It's basically the same as saying I will kill myself if this ever happens.
But you will suffer
Well, you
in
don't
the
have to
process
eat your
a
apartment
lot.
all at one time. You can split it into like a few hundred meals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So you don't have to like
can,
shove your
you-
entire
Like you say, it's a
apartment
few
complex into your throat. Like,
Like a few hundred would still do it. It's like a few hundred. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know if a few hundred would be enough.
Well, we don't know your apartment, right?
For all you know, I'm just Harry Potter living under a set of stairs.
It will still be difficult, but
how do you do
Well-
voiceovers without the Dursleys like interrupting you and shit?
Under the set upstairs. That's what I said.
Yeah, but like he always heard like noises and stuff, like of like people
I don't know,
shuffling around.
I don't know. Maybe.
No, it's actually a legit problem now. Like I have, because I'm at home. With
Oh,
all this
right, yeah.
COVID-19 stuff.
Yeah.
I have to record voiceovers from home, and my wife and my son are here most of the time as well.
Yep.
And I can't have like
Wait a minute.
interruptions in the like background audio. But what's funny is even when they go out, because I'm like, hey, can you just like go for a walk, and I'm gonna record this voiceover while you're gone. And yeah, and then my cat just like open the door. I want to spend time with you now that
All
you
the
are
cats
busy
I've
doing
had
this.
have been pretty tame. Like whenever people have outrageous cat stories of like cats knocking shit over on their keyboard, I'm just like, I can't relate. Like all the cats I've owned for the past, like
Yeah.
I guess
My-
2 years, they've been pretty chill.
My cat doesn't like do that.
And by all
She's
the
just,
cats
like,
I've owned, I mean 2.
literally just like outside
Is this a bench?
my
Nope.
room, just like meowing, just meow, meow. I'm like, I would much rather you just
yeah.
be like knocking stuff off like tables than causing this noise right now.
this passive aggressive noise that
You
you're
just
doing.
gotta, well, you just gotta
It's
feed
just
your
like,
fucking
oh.
cat, bro.
Yeah.
That's how that
Yeah.
works.
YouTube tips for starting a new channel.
Don't get
Feed
a
your
cat.
fucking cat.
Feed your cat.
Or don't have a cat.
Number 2, don't
Have a cat. Don't have a noisy pet of
Don't
any
have
kind.
a family.
That frame dip really fucked me up.
Don't have loved ones. Just by
Leave by yourself.
No.
Okay, but like,
No, that's
Definitely the
okay. Now, for real now, like tips for YouTube.
Yeah,
Things that
let's-
I wish.
a plan.
and-
I think.
I think yeah, a plan.
for things. Like I think there's, and
fuck.
your plan doesn't have to be crazy.
You
right?
bitch.
But I think a lot of people go in
Took 3 hits from that.
thinking that they can just make whatever videos they want, and it's just not the case, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then they make a bunch of videos and wonder like, why don't these videos work? It's like, how come this isn't getting traction? It's like, well, maybe because nobody wants to watch them, right? Like, everybody has weird, like, personal interests that are just like super niche.
Yeah.
That might not correlate to a broad audience, right?
And I think there's a very important thing that you need to know before you start YouTube, which is, and me and Pedro, we're not gonna name names, but we know someone who struggles a lot with that. But
Me.
there is no, I mean,
No,
there is
not
a
at all,
chance. There is a chance that YouTube might not be for you, because if you don't like the way YouTube works, if you're always complaining about YouTube, and if you don't understand why stuff is happening to your channel, then there's a reason. Then maybe there's a reason for that, and maybe you shouldn't be doing YouTube because it's not the platform you want.
That's a weird bridge to cross. Yeah, because I talk a lot. I talk a lot of shit about YouTube. Why did you get hit by that?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Because I was in the middle of a fucking thing. I am the one person I know that talks the most shit on YouTube. Like, I'll tweet about shit that they do, and I'll just put them on blast. And I know no one's listening, but I'll do it anyway. And I'm just like, yeah, that's because...
Demonetized.
That's because... It's not even that. It's just like, they posted a thing. They tweeted out something a couple weeks ago in light of the whole COVID-19 business or whatever.
Yeah.
They said that... I can not get hit by things. They said that, like, manual reviews might be slowing down because we've had to, like, a lot of our workers aren't currently working right now. So as a result, some videos that are fine, like perfectly fine for YouTube, might get taken down accidentally. And the only solution they offered was, oh, we apologize for this. And just like, motherfuckers, like, don't act like that isn't something that can be done remotely. It's manually reviewing content.
Yeah, I mean, that is one thing, but
I'm not
it's
gonna say
another
like
thing
YouTube,
when it's the only
YouTube
thing
is
you do.
I'm not gonna say like YouTube is a perfect platform and like there's no such thing, of course. But if you're actually like, if you go all the way out to learn how YouTube works, and even then you're like still doing the same thing that you were doing before, knowing that it will never work and complain again, well,
Yeah, then
like,
it's not YouTube at that point. It's your content.
If that's the only thing you do, complain about YouTube being the way it is, and you don't change anything about your content, dude, I mean, I understand where you're,
it's frustrating.
where
You
you're
want to
coming
do
from.
things a certain way and it's not working, but well, then you're doing this wrong.
Then yeah.
Yeah.
You also have to be willing to just kind of play the game a little bit. Not everyone is like, almost no one is going to find your content organically, unless by some stroke of luck by some stroke of 0.01% luck, you make a video that happens to go viral. It's exactly what people want at exactly the right time, and 99% of the time, the uploader of that video has no idea why it's getting so popular. So unless you're that 1%, you have to be willing to play the game a little bit. Like, learn how to make a proper thumbnail. Learn to
not die
the
on these
thumbnails that are
bugs.
clickable. I'm not gonna die. I have full health.
We'll see.
Yeah,
I'm probably gonna die at some point. If I die at
Yeah,
any
but the thing
point,
is,
it's gonna be
I
this
think
motherfucker
like one
up
of the
here.
main takeaways that I see a lot of people not realizing is if you're going full force on YouTube, if you're going like to face the bull by the horns, get ready to, you know, work. It's like this is not the thing that I'm just gonna do a YouTube videos and see how it goes. Like if you want to thrive here, get ready to work it out and make this like a.
It's an investment. It's an investment.
It's a time investment. You can't just make YouTube as a hobby and try to. I mean, you can of course, but don't expect to take much out of it.
If it does succeed, and there is a possibility, a lot of
There's a possibility, yes.
As an hobby,
That was a great shot.
What the fuck was that? God damn it!
He shot his
What the fuck was that laser? He shot his fucking foot off. What was that?
No, I'm gonna turn this 90 degrees.
And then the very next one hits me and kills me.
Oh man. Great, you got stung by your own shadow.
Ow!
But yeah, like
He did it again!
he did it. He shot me. What the fuck?
Ow!
What the heck is happening?
What the fuck? Why is he doing that?
Oh my god. You're already like one. I don't know. But yeah, like knowing people that are thinking of making their own channel, just get ready because you're gonna have a lot of work. It's not easy. And I think that each day that goes by, it gets even harder to thrive on YouTube as a new channel. So yeah, learn to play the game.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, just learn how to learn what makes a good thumbnail. Titles. Fun fact. This might be too confidential to share, but
No, then don't.
well, honestly, I don't know why I said that. It's not. People should
What
know
a
this.
cliffhanger.
People should know this. Titles that are less than 50 characters don't get abbreviated on mobile. So
True.
simple 3-4 word titles. Just like make your shit simple. Don't overcomplicate your shit. Not everyone is fucking Mark Brown. You don't have to do a 40-minute long video essay on something.
That's actually a kind of a good point.
Don't
Figure out what
overcomplicate
your-
shit.
Figure out what your title is at the start, right? Like, because oftentimes you end up with complicated titles when you go like, yeah, I have this great idea for a video. I'm gonna do this and this and this. It's gonna be awesome. And then you make the video, and then you're done after you put all this time in, and you're like, okay, what do I call it? And you're like,
Yep.
I don't know.
And it
it's
ends up
gonna
being
be-
something complicated
Yeah,
because you didn't think about it beforehand.
it's like a novel of a title
Yeah.
that nobody understands. So yeah, come up with your titles first, figure out your concept, and then work within it. It's going to help keep your video focused as well. So
There was a video by Vsauce that I like to bring this up. This video specifically. And it's video. It's from the channel Vsauce 3. It lasts 2 hours, and the title is the infinity symbol. Done. It's got 3.6 million views.
Big
It's
channels
so-
like Vsauce can also get away with doing really cryptic
Yeah.
shit on their titles and people still watching
Yeah.
it
But it's so
because they have the follower base.
amazing. It's so amazing that the fact that they can pull this off twice apparently, because now you have Infinity Square released 2 years after, and it's 3.5 million again. And I think it's like sometimes people
Just gonna go ahead and buy this guy out.
are like thinking too much about the title and the thumbnail. Like, figure out what this title is gonna be first, even before you start doing the video. Because I bet like these guys knew they're gonna name the video Infinity, like with the symbol, just that, and they knew it was gonna thrive.
Yeah.
there's just one thing, and this I think is the exception, is when you're going for videos like gameplay style stuff, then what you want to do is you want to find something that happened during that, the most interesting thing you can think of that happened, and saying that something like that happened in the title and thumbnail, but not exactly explaining everything, so people are interested enough. So because you can't really plan what's going to happen in a live stream or in a gameplay video, but then when you do, you can think of, like, let's say if I'm playing Dragon Ball Fighters, I faced a top 10 rank. That's what I'm going to put in my video title, like, oh my god, I faced a top 10 guy.
How did he do?
Yeah, like, this is the best. This is the best Goku player I've ever seen, or whatever. Like, people are going to be, oh, is this the best guy? Let me see what he does.
He's top 10. Yeah, I want to see gameplay from a pro.
But that is the only thing where you can't really think of a title and thumbnail beforehand.
Yeah, you can, but you can just look at what you're gonna say and keep it simple.
It's Kingdom Edge. Yeah, I did a
For instance, top 10 trees in Eichenwald. That's a good video.
I still think even when you're doing live stuff, you can go in with a plan of what your title is gonna be.
Yeah.
Which is something, and that might change, and that's fine, right? Like, oh, you happen to face this pro player. Great, that's a better hook than what you started with. Awesome, right? But if you go in with nothing, it's much harder to come out with something, right? But if you go in and you're like, yeah, we're gonna, like, this is the plan for this video. It's gonna be this, and this is how it's gonna be marketed. This is how I'm gonna title it.
Yeah.
And
there was
maybe gonna be like,
oh shit. All right.
Oh my god, that was really close.
Fuck off.
I think most of all is like thinking as your video as a product, and a product goes. It's not only like the product itself, but like the packaging. And in case of YouTube, it's like the packaging encompasses as well, like thumbnail and title. Because that's how you're gonna present the video to your audience. And you know, I'm not gonna name brands, but you know those Beat headphones really sell themselves, right? And it's not because they're actually any good, but the packaging and the branding is really good.
It's simple. It's a simple iconic look with a simple logo, and it's easy to identify.
Yeah, especially like if you're into
same thing
music,
works with titles and thumbnails.
If you're into music, like Beats by Dr. Dre. Like, if you are somewhat into music, you'll know who Dr. Dre is. And if you don't, well, it doesn't matter, because even then the packaging looks really neat. Looks like elegant. It's pleasant to look at. And look, oh, this must be like really cool headphones. Even the unpacking, it's nice. So yeah, like, just think of a full product. It's weird. It's weird to say this, like, if you think of a video, but yeah.
When I did my first Doom video, I kind of wanted to keep that in mind. Like, I didn't want the title to be more than like 4 or 5 words, even though, like, I knew exactly what I wanted to do for that video, but at the same time, I didn't want to be like a complete guide to every single enemy in Doom. God damn it. Eternal or something like that. Like, I wanted to kind of flip that on its head and make a really long, drawn out video with a really simple title and a really simple thumbnail.
Yeah.
And it's like,
well, it worked.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the complete history of that, and like, no, it's just the Demons of Doom Eternal. 400,000 views in a month.
How to beat the Archvile, the Imp, the Marauder,
all at the same time, yeah.
No, but just put this all in the title. Just make all a long list.
Yeah. That's
I'm gonna get the nail art from this guy.
You're just writing halfway through the title, and a YouTube representative just rings your doorbell and like, hey dude, stop.
Like, hey, fucking quit it.
We get it. It's all the demons.
and then you're like, oh my god, that's such a great title. Thanks.
Yep.
But yeah, it's like keep it. What's that? What's the fucking acronyms like KISS or whatever?
Keep it simple.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
It goes a long way. It really does.
Hele sommet.
I don't know.
You just called me an
after
excellent
watching, after being on YouTube, like, because yeah, I don't have a channel, but well, I've been working with Gloku for 6 years now, I believe. I think I come to appreciate a little bit more of other channels that I would probably not appreciate if I was not doing this.
Yeah.
Right.
And some channels that I did appreciate before, I simply stopped appreciating.
Yeah, that also happened to me.
That also happens. It also depends. Like, there was a time I actually watched PewDiePie a lot. Then it changed to the more like commentating on real life stuff. I was like, man, I don't want to watch this.
Really? That's when I started watching PewDiePie. Ow. That's when I started watching him
when he did gameplays.
really intently. Oh Jesus fuck! There's two of them.
But yeah,
Fuck.
But then like I got out and I started watching it. Like a few years later, I started watching him commentate real life stuff. Like, hey, it's not that bad. I don't know. Tastes also changed. So
Like he's very funny and his edits are very good as well. I see, but I see where you're coming from. Like it's not even taking away from what he does, because it's also unfair. But it seems that there's sort of less work involved when it comes to, I'm gonna look at my Reddit page and react to this stuff, right?
it still does that a lot, and I honestly don't really mind the personality he puts on in front of the camera. It's really catchy, and I'm like, yeah,
it's very funny, but I don't find as much value on it as the other content he used to do, because for me, I can also watch those videos and I will still find it funny. And maybe I've watched those videos already, right?
Yep.
It's not new content. It's not originally created by him. It's just him reacting. And if the only thing you do is reacting to stuff that is already comedy by itself, then you kind of lose my interest. And this is not saying that it's bad content. It's just maybe
it's not your taste. Yeah.
Maybe it's not my taste now. Not what I like to watch, but yeah.
Like a few years ago, I liked watching lots of gameplays on YouTube, and I'm like, I can't stand this. Maybe I'm getting old.
Oh, fucking thanks, asshole.
I actually watched. I watched the
I'm
gameplay
just kidding. This is the
video.
first playthrough I've done in like 6 years. You're fine.
This is also different. I mean, serious. I think Pedro means
Yeah,
like serious
I'm in this
stuff.
No,
Like,
yeah, just
speaking for
watching
me,
a
like
full let's play of a game. Like first, there was a time where I actually watched let's plays, and I was like, no, I don't want to watch that shit.
I watched.
do you guys
Troy Baker and Nolan North play Last of Us, and I really enjoyed, because there's a good thing about that, which is Troy Baker is kind of used to playing video games, and then Nolan North really isn't.
It's just complete like ignorant of the thing.
But he's really good at playing them, considering, right?
That's the thing.
And it's kind of funny to see, and sometimes you also see Troy Baker being like a bit aggressive towards Nolan North because he's supposedly doing stuff wrong, and actually Troy Baker is the one who's wrong. So it's kind of funny to watch those two. They have a very good chemistry together. So I really enjoy. And also Troy Baker, I love Last of Us, and Troy Baker kept explaining some stuff, technical stuff, by like regarding the recording of some of the scenes and
yeah. But then again, like that's an exceptional playthrough, because well, it's a playthrough by two actors.
Yeah.
One of them is in the game.
Both of them.
Oh yeah, on fourth, right?
Yeah. Nolan North is kind of in a couple of scenes.
Yeah, I know, but it's in the fourth, right? They were playing the fourth game.
No, last
Uncharted 4. Oh, last
no,
is 4.
there's only one.
Oh fuck. No, it's only 2 now. I was thinking of Uncharted for some reason.
They also did it. They also played it.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Fair enough.
Diving.
But yeah, like that's an exceptional Let's Play. I would probably watch that just because of, you know, stories and things that happen maybe behind the scenes as well. It's interesting because it's to people that are actually in the game and they worked on it.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's like other values than just a
It's
random
not
video
just
on
a
YouTube.
Let's Play by a random guy. Yeah.
That's kind of an important thing to identify with your content when you're going like, hey, how come everybody watches these Let's Plays but they don't watch mine? It's like, well,
It's because you're on normal mode and you're still dying. That's why
Yeah.
no one's watching.
right? Like it
Right,
could
yeah.
be as simple as that, right? And sometimes that stuff is like super competitive too. I think
Right.
another thing is like not going into a very competitive space, right? I mean, you could talk about Hollow Knight. How many Hollow Knight creators are there out there? Rusty?
Oh, well, it fucking depends. They're like... there are a lot of Hollow Knight... There are a lot of channels that have done 1 or 2 Hollow Knight videos. I don't know if there are that many dedicated Hollow Knight. There's Moss, obviously.
Right.
Graveyard
Now-
Media, he uploads a lot of stuff.
Now, just to illustrate a point,
There's a few.
How many Fortnite channels are out there?
I don't know, but it's more than Hollow Knight. At
Yep.
least like 10
Yeah.
times as much.
It's a thing where it's like yeah, you may love playing Fortnite, right? And you may think like, oh man, I'm gonna make a Fortnite channel. Look at all these, everybody's got Fortnite channels. Like, yeah, but if everybody has Fortnite channels, you have to do a lot more to actually stand out from everybody else.
Yeah.
Basically, the mantra is, if everyone is super, then no one is.
Yeah, and you have like these guys who are like esports pros playing. So it's like, why would somebody watch you versus an esports pro?
Yeah. What are you
like-
gonna add to them?
And there's
to the
answers.
content?
Yeah, you can find things that,
Yeah, and if you
Give
find
good
them,
reasons.
just yeah.
but it can be more difficult than you might initially think. So sometimes when you're getting started, it can be good to just like go after something that people aren't covering, right? Like find some
That's what I
niche.
did.
If you're talking video games too, an important thing is to look ahead, right? Look ahead at video games.
Yeah. What's coming?
As opposed to
Yeah, that's a big
what's
one.
already out, right? Like look at what's going to be released and see like, can you start making content now before it's even out?
Yeah.
Because you're gonna build an audience. You're gonna cash in on hype content. Sometimes the hype is bigger than the actual video or the like after the game's out. When it comes to YouTube, right? Sometimes that's the thing, is you want to cash in on the hype content, and the game comes out and now everybody's playing it and they don't care to
I'm
watch
gonna
videos.
I'm gonna give you a good example of that with Globku. Globku before it turned into TGN Anime and it turned into Globku channel.
Globku, again.
No, because before it was not called Globku. It was, I mean, his name on the internet was Globku, but the channel was named Magical Noob.
Right.
Oh, right, that
So-
channel still exists.
Yeah, it's called Globku now.
We still
called
upload to
Globku now.
we still upload to his playlist.
No, that's a different channel. That's Magical Noob Play.
It's different.
Yeah, that's a different thing.
It's
Don't
a
tell them
different
our
channel.
secrets, Rusty.
Yeah,
It's
goddamn.
literally a private playlist that
Which
no one else
makes it
sees
a secret.
but us.
That's goddamn.
No, private playlist is a no. You're getting the joke and you're purposefully avoiding it. Fuck you.
Never mind.
You suck.
So
You fucking suck.
he had two big hits before going into TGN Anime, and I think that was
I'm going back to Dirt Mouth.
I'm gonna say Batman. He covered Batman games. before they were released.
Yep.
And he had a ton of views, and he also covered I'm gonna say Dying Light,
Dying Light,
a parkour zombie game, whatever. He actually made guides before the game was out, like listing the zombie types for multiplayer. I believe I may don't quote me on here, but I know he listed like the zombie types. Some stuff that you were able to do in the games, like there were several videos of that, and those hit like 300k subscribers for a really small channel. Like we were talking like 25k subs, and at the time maybe less, maybe 20k, and the videos performed like massively. From then on out, I don't think he ever had another single hit. Until he got back to the anime games and covering the niche that is anime games.
Yeah.
Going for TGN anime and now turning the channel into Global.
All right, guys.
But it's things like that. Like I remember working with Globku on the on TGN, doing those Batman. The Batman like Easter eggs videos and whatnot. And it's like before a video comes out, or before the game came out, right? We did similar stuff on TGN. We did stuff where it was like Halo. It was before the Halo collection came out years ago, right? And it was like, great, we're just gonna do some Easter eggs videos on the previous Halo games. And then once the collection came out, they all took off, right? Like.
Yep.
So it's kind of having a bit of that foresight to see like what's happening in the future, and it kind of goes the same for changing your content strategy, right? Like you also have to be looking to see like, okay, this game is going to like not last much longer because the developers aren't giving it support. So let's change our strategy and do something else before it becomes a big problem, right?
Right.
I really don't want to go to Deep Nest.